Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Live here, and today I'm not alone, as I so often am not these days. I'm joined by the venerable, the wonderful Mr. John.
There's 99 of me. There's 99 of me. There's 99 of me. Alex, can you overlap that 99 times, please?
I'm going to do my best. but also Mr. Zeon.
Hey, are we gonna have time to introduce the 97 other guests that you have on the show today, Alex?
No, they're there for visual decoration.
Of course.
But this is an audio recording. I haven't thought it through again. Anyway, yeah, we're talking about games that could get the 99 treatment. So we've had Tetris, we've had, Super Mario Brothers didn't have 99, but that kind of same idea, battle royale of an old game where there's online gubbins, and very recently, Mr. Pac-Man, or Pac-Man as he's also known. Pac-Man 99 is a real thing. And it got me wondering, and then I asked these guys to get wondering as well, what else could be 99ified? John, I know what you're going to say.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I think you think you know. I wanted this, Alex, but I thought to myself, it could be Puzzle League 99. It could be, but we've done that genre. That's been done. We have Tetris 99. We have a platformer, a puzzle game, and an arcade game. So I want to do something a bit different, and it's actually something I have covered before in our Warioware video, but Warioware 99.
That's actually a damn tasty idea. How would it work in
So my
50
idea
words
for
or
this-
less?
All right. Oh no.
Just explain it. Just explain it.
My idea for this is basically you're playing microgames with everyone. You're targeting someone, and if you succeed in your microgame, then you basically increase the difficulty of the person you're targeting. And if there's like 7 people on you, then they're going to give you a really hard one. But if you can retaliate and succeed in that microgame still, then you're going to send all that damage to them. So it's basically this fluctuating difficulty of all these microgames that get more intense every time. Like, if you have 1 person on you, Nintendogs is like, hey, high-five this 1 dog. But if there's 7 on you, you've got to high-five 7 dogs within, 3 seconds.
God.
So it gets more rampant and difficult as it goes on. But I think that could be an ingenious way to bring back WarioWare.
Damn, son, that's actually a really solid idea. I wasn't sure where you were going with WarioWare, but yeah, damn, that's actually really solid.
Yeah, the speed makes total sense. And it's interesting because, the WarioWare series, it's never really been popular, but it's always had a decent fan base, and this could be a great way to just actually put it in front of more people, especially if they give it away for free, like they are doing with quote unquote free with Nintendo Switch Online, and just to get more people to play this game, because like I said, it feels like there's always been a massive amount of quality put into these games, and they're a ton of fun, but not enough people give them a chance. And this could be a great way to just get it in the hands of more players.
I think that's well said. What about you, Zeon? Have you got any ideas for games?
Yeah, so WarioWare was one. I think we've kind of all talked about that before. I think John's let on how good of an idea WarioWare would be. So I was gonna bring up that one if he didn't for some reason. But last night I was actually playing. I've been really excited for Resident Evil Village, which is obviously that's not coming to Switch.
Resident Evil Village 99.
That's the Switch version.
But imagine, maybe not 99, maybe that would be too massive, but imagine a classic Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 1 style 99 game where you're basically everyone's dropped in maybe not a randomly generated map, but or a mansion or a police station, but you're dropped into a place that eventually you can play more and more and become familiar with. But as you kill zombies, or more zombies will get spawned into other people's into their game modes, and you can collect items that can heal you or give you more ammo, and you'll. They could somewhat randomly generate it with an interesting key system where you might go into the room on your right in this mansion might be different than what it was before, and maybe that's just too much to load in.
I think you're touching on something really good though. What if it's Resident Evil: The Mercenaries 99? Because that's an arcade
sure,
mode.
okay.
If you if you defeat a zombie, it goes to another person's game or something. And like Chainsaw Men can spawn in too, and you can send them to other. Xeon, this is genius.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, I wasn't completely sold when you started talking about Resident Evil, and I was like, it's more of a sort of an exploring game. But no, if you made it more of a sort of an arcadey experience, hell yeah, that'd be great.
And yeah, especially the way too, like the Resident Evil has always been known for feeling like kind of tense and sort of, it can really, the tension can get ratcheted up pretty high when you're playing. And that same thing happens when you're playing, and you're doing well in like Tetris 99 or Super Mario 35. You get really stressed out. And I think just throwing in that the horror genre into that would be, would just make it even more insane.
I really like that. I think that would be... Same. It definitely wouldn't necessarily have the same super broad appeal because it's like a shooting game and violence and children and things like that. But, not everyone likes discs, so Pac-Man's out for them. But yeah, no, I think that's a damn good idea.
Thanks. What do you got, Alex? What's you're the mastermind behind this whole video. What's cooking in your brain?
Well, it's not as exciting as yours now that you've come out with it.
I'm glad you guys liked it. I was kind of like, well, here we go.
What I'd really like though is Donkey Kong 99. We've had 96. Now it's time for 99. And basically it could be essentially Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong is an arcade game designed to go on forever, and every time you go through, every time you overcome an object or destroy them with a hammer or jump over a barrel or something, it disappears and gets sent to an enemy screen. And then can you imagine the carnage with all the barrels coming down? It's already a fairly unforgiving game. So as a result, I quite like the idea of having like a roulette thing, kind of like Mario 35 had, so that you can get power-ups like the hammer and things like that in order to give you an edge, shall we say. And, it has the endless play sort of cycle, so it could go on forever. And it's one of those sort of relatively simple to pick up and play kind of things. But yeah, as I said, it's not as exciting as yours now.
I still love this idea, though. I mean, I've always seen Donkey Kong as a game for me. I'm kind of someone who plays through it and then kind of shuts off the system. I don't really chase the scores. And I think for this game to be evergreen for me, I would need those kind of random elements that come from other players. So this could make the original arcade Donkey Kong something that is heightened, in my opinion, by adding in these elements.
Yeah, I'm pretty terrible at arcade Donkey Kong. Whenever I would go to arcades... barcades rather, I suppose, and I would always try to play it, and I would make it to like the second, third level maybe, and I love this idea because it gives you, like, with me playing Super Mario 35, I learned to play the game a lot more than I just did just playing Mario by itself, and if they were to, I love the idea of them just like taking classic games that maybe we would have played for an hour or two or something back in the day and then put down, and now we want to put more time into it. So I would love to see this happen to Donkey Kong. I think it's a great idea. Hopefully, hopefully it's just a matter of time, because this would make so much sense. It's a good one.
I think Donkey Kong does kind of like fit what everyone else has been doing, kind of retro game, but now it's new kind of thing.
Yeah.
I have just had another random thought, and it's terrifying, but I also kind of like it. Splatoon, whatever, Salmon Run 99.
Oh gosh.
You already get enough bloody salmonids. What if it starts off in drips and drabs, but obviously there's, much like Mario 35, there's kind of like a feedback loop where obviously the more you defeat, the more that gets sent to other people, that then get defeated, that then get sent back to you, and you'd have like all the different salmonids, and it would also allow you to do teams, which you can't do with any of these other games. It's always single player. So if it were able to be a sort of like a co-op experience as well, and fighting off literally up to thousands of salmonids that have been sent by other people, and you could have various power-ups, and yeah, I think you talking really about cool. The Resident Evil thing has just blown open the doors in my mind.
Yeah, there's definitely room for like an arena-style shooter, 99.
Yeah.
I actually had an idea, but it deviates from the typical 99 formula. So instead of everyone having like their own screen that impacts others, I was thinking of a franchise that's been left idle for a while, and that's FZero. Now, FZero's always been a very broad roster racer, where you race against like 30 other people, sometimes more. And I think that would adapt itself really well to a 99-player setting. But it would literally just be 99-player F-Zero. Like, it wouldn't be like sending things to people's screens or anything like that. It's just an MMO F-Zero.
I'm down with that idea, yeah. 99 people playing F-Zero. Can't argue.
I feel like Nintendo's in like a tough spot right now where if like, you know, they want to, the fans want Nintendo to bring back all of these different games, and the 99 formula has kind of just like, if Nintendo plays their cards right with it, it could be a great, you know, kind of like what I was saying with Warioware. It could be a great way for them to kind of inject life and interest into these games for people that normally maybe wouldn't look at them. Because I think, you know, Fast RMX came out on Switch and people really liked it, and I picked it up day one and loved it, but I just haven't played it in years. But like, yeah, a 99 player online F-Zero would be dope. Just putting it lightly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so far we've had 3 tentpole industry-defining games like Pac-Man, Super Mario Brothers, and Tetris. So are they going to get a bit more niche, or are they going to continue just adapting some of the biggest games ever?
I think they're going to do Metroid Prime Pinball 99.
I'd unironically love that.
I know you would.
More balls on screen? That sounds
pinball
amazing.
game, though, oh man, that would be really cool. Like if they did, I mean, I've been wanting a Pokemon Pinball like remake or something again for a while, and I don't feel like they would choose that as the next way to tackle Pokemon Pinball. But just any type of pinball game could be a lot of fun.
You know what they could do? Both Tetris and Pac-Man have different themes. So like in Tetris you can get a Zelda theme or a Fire Emblem theme. They could just do Pinball 99 and then just give you all these different tables like themed off after Splatoon or whatever.
You could have Tetris theme.
have like Tetraminos being the flippers.
That'd work, yeah. I still prefer... I know Tetraminos is correct, but I first read it as Tetronymos, and in my mind that's better.
I'll let you live by that.
Thank you. I tell you what I'm going to do, actually. I've got an idea. You guys up for a challenge?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to look to my left where I've got an array of video games for the... Hang on. I've got some GameCube games, some Wii games, some Wii U games, some DS games, and some 3DS games. I'm going to read one of them out at semi-random, and one of you has to come up with a way to make it 99.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, oh, here we go. Super Monkey Ball.
Oh, Monkey Flight 99. And so every single time you launch off, you can give your opponent different flight patterns or something. Like you can make it so that their area is full of windiness or storms or something like that, or spikes. Just make it harder for them to land.
I love how you tripled the number of necessary syllables from wind to windiness.
Yeah, I panicked.
All of the platforms that you have to land on are also always randomized. Like sometimes it might be a circle, but maybe next time it's a Triforce, and then it's the Resident Evil umbrella logo for some reason.
And then it's a Tetronimo.
There we go. And that's how we implement themes.
There you go. Easy peasy. Xeon, are you ready for this?
I guess so.
Okay. Let's have a look in the Wii section. Ooh, Mad World.
Mad World. Oh no. I never played it, but you're just gonna have to defeat tons of crazy enemies, and as you defeat them, obviously they go over to the opponents. Oh, but aren't there crazy weird mini games in there too? Could we do something with that?
I can't remember. It's been so long since I played it.
It's a very gory game. Like you can find different ways to kill people, basically, like putting them in a saw machine or stomping them into a garbage dispenser.
Oh yeah, and you can like hold people up against a moving train.
Oh, yeah. Maybe the game would ask you to kill people in certain ways, and then if you succeed, then you can like, I don't know, do something to your opponent in that way.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, John, it's your turn.
Okay.
Doshin the Giant, 99.
Oh man. So, what's the evil Doshin called?
Jashin.
Jashin, okay. So everyone starts off as Doshin, right? But you can become Jashin if you meet a certain criteria. And when you do that, you can then demolish your opponent's island.
Sorry,
so you can
John, It sounds like you've actually thought about this in the past.
I'm always thinking about Doshin.
But you don't know what the other giant's called.
This was quick. This was quick.
Well, that's just my idea, though. Is that there's some creators, there's some villains, and you can switch on the fly and destroy and create.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about like it not getting an E rating as well, because half the time you'll just be running around like doing good deeds for people. And you can't hug people, but you can carry them to their destinations, right? And so that could earn you good points. I watched your review.
I appreciate your input. However, I'm not sure Toshin the Giant will necessarily translate into a battle royale multiplayer.
You expect me to have no answer for that?
I don't know. It's just staring at me, and I thought, you know what's a meme? Xeon, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival 99.
Oh no, Nintendo! If they ever try to ask 99 players to submit themselves to that game, that's just mean. I never played any of the mini games, but I feel like that's the only way that you could salvage like something like that. If you threw 99 players on a board and asked them to like drop their amiibo on every time and go speak to someone and get some coins, and like that's it's worse than like watching a bad movie with friends. Like you're just that's like a Saw mini game. That's just torture.
Nap time 99.
Yeah. Can you salvage that, John? Do you have any?
I didn't even hear what you said, unfortunately.
I said nap time 99.
Nap time? I don't know what that is.
You go to sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like an obscure PlayStation game or something.
It sounds like one.
It sounds like a limited run April Fool's Day video game release.
Yeah.
That like everyone thinks is a joke, but then they actually release it anyways.
Okay, I've got one final one that I've just seen on my shelf. It's not a game. It's not a Nintendo platform game at all. It just happens to be there. It's a pretty big challenge. Who wants it?
I don't know.
I'm cool to double slap it.
Mr. Xeon. The Sims 2 99.
Oh no, that game's already so stressful too. I suppose you could just get thrown in with like a random sim that you have to keep alive. And obviously the better care that you take of your sim, the further you will succeed. But somehow there could be something bad that happens that sends like random elements into the game, you know, like maybe death will like go and hunt down other players, or
you can send a full bladder to your opponent.
I was just about to say
yeah, exactly. Yeah. What a strange idea.
That would be. Can you imagine how terrifying it would be to be that sim, to just be walking around and then suddenly have a bladder full of urine? Okay, I feel like I've tortured you guys enough. I feel like you should give me a pop.
I've got one. Okay, so this is one I would love, but I don't know how it would work. But what do you think about Wii Sports? Are there any ways that could make it?
I just well, what would be really cool is like a Wii Sports kind of like gauntlet. So you play the different sports. So for example, tennis. But then, you know, sort of as you hit balls back and everything, if you manage to get a ball and get a point on the opponent when you're playing tennis, then that sends that ball to someone else, and suddenly they've got two balls to contend with, and they have to hit them both back.
Nice.
Bowling, you can send additional pins to your opponent, and they have to knock them all over, or they don't get they start losing points. You lose too many points, and it's game over. You get kicked out, and you rank in the high 50s.
You get put in the corner.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right.
I like that.
I've got another one for Alex.
I'll go on then.
Alex, Pokemon 99.
Oh my god. Isn't it basically just Pokemon Cafe Mix? Isn't that basically Pokemon 99 just offline?
Alright, traditional Pokemon 99.
Oh, mainline Pokemon 99. Oh. I suppose you could get a random pool of Pokemon, all level capped and everything. And, you know, reasonable Pokemon. You go up against a series of, I suppose, gym leaders. And what you can do is every time you defeat an enemy, you send over a negative status effect to somebody else. So all of a sudden you can just be fighting, you know, and then the opponents would be easier to compensate, at least to begin with. So you might have 10 levels on them or something. But then all of a sudden, you know, you're taking out this, you know, this level 30 Geodude with your level 40 Raticate, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, your Raticate's frozen solid. And what are you going to do? And you've got like items, and you can earn items by defeating enemies. And you've got to try and keep going, and you just have this endless tirade of Pokemon that you have to defeat, and like a time limit. You have to choose a move. Otherwise, it'll just choose one randomly for you. So it's not like you can just hang around.
I want every game we've talked about, especially The Sims 99.
No, John, please, The Sims 2
Sims
99.
2, of course.
Oh yeah, The Sims 2. Excuse me, I'll only play Sims Busted Out 99.
I'll just play The Sims Herbs in the City, thank you very much.
No, for real, these are all really good ideas. I'm surprised with how well this turned out. Not that I wasn't discrediting your idea, Alex. It was mostly just like what can we say? But yeah, this was really cool.
Yeah, I was surprised how much we were able to apply the idea. I mean, some of these it's very easy to say, not necessarily so easy to implement. But I have just thought of another one, and I'd be curious to see how you guys think about it. Theme Hospital stroke 2 Point Hospital, because they're very similar games, same principle. 99. Send diseased patients to other hospitals.
When you said stroke, I thought you meant like everybody in the hospital has a stroke, and like you have to deal with that.
No, they don't generally have real illnesses. They have just like funny bones and
right.
I've forgotten all of them. A lightheadedness where their head is a light bulb.
It's a light bulb, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Puns.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
As long as this pleases you, Alex, then I have nothing against it.
I must admit, I've never been able to think of a way to make something like The Legend of Zelda into a 99 game, because it's not arcadey in any sense.
No.
There's the ultimate goal, it's all about exploration. Can you imagine Breath of the Wild 99? Just sending bokoblins to people when they're trying to fight off a Lionel?
I think that's probably the best way to do it, to be honest. I mean, just if you did like Fortnite, where you just basically land in Hyrule in Breath of the Wild and have to like scavenge for resources and fend off each other, I think that could be pretty cool. But if you're just in a dungeon, like a Zelda 1 dungeon, that sounds kind of limited.
Yeah, because it's more about exploration and what you're going to do to stop people from just hanging around. Actually, thinking about it, Spelunky might work quite well as a 99 game as well.
Yeah.
I still would really like to see them try, and especially for the 35th anniversary, I would love to see them try the whole 35 element with Zelda and kind of take the framework that they used for the Link's Awakening dungeons. I feel like we've talked about this a little bit before, but everybody gets placed into a certain dungeon, and kind of like the Resident Evil thing, like I was talking about. Like if you walk into the room like right on the right when you walk into a dungeon, it might be different every time, and as you defeat enemies, they fly over, like in Mario 35. Or if you sit around too long, maybe the clock will tick down on you. But it depends, because you could just kind of walk circles in Zelda, and does that tick down time on your clock? There could be ways to manipulate the game, and so maybe it's more tricky. But I think that would be an interesting way, especially if they go ahead and use like an art style that isn't original Zelda, because I don't know, it's just a little classic. I think if they used the Minish Cap or even a Link to the Past.
I love the Minish Cap.
Yeah, I think if they make the art style just a little more appealing, I think that would be nice too.
What they could do actually to force progression is if you take too long in a room, then time starts counting down. But then all the dungeons are linear. You just go through them one by one. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily ideal, because then it's just, you kind of lose a lot of what makes Zelda Zelda. Like, at the end of the day, Zelda's combat is fine, but it's not the main draw of the game. The main draw is the exploration and the puzzles and everything. But I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know.
For a title, I mean, we've had Four Swords, we've had Four Swords Adventures, we had Triforce Heroes. I think it's time for The Legend of Zelda 99 Swords.
Dang it. I was going to say, don't say it. Don't say it. There will be like a special mode for anybody who happens to have 99 Game Boy Advance to Game Boy Link cables. If you can figure out.
Do you have that many, Xeon?
I have 4. We could pool ours together. That's 8.
Hey, I've got 1.
There you
hey,
go.
We're at 9.
Nearly a 10th.
Yeah. Oh, man. Chibi Robo could be a lot of fun, where you have to send more dirt piles and messes to people to clean up, and as you do good deeds for people, that's how you That's how you progress basically through the levels or through the world. But basically, you're just constantly cleaning things with a toothbrush. So maybe it wouldn't be very fun.
Competitive good deeds is the most cozy thing you could have seen.
I like that idea, but unfortunately that would require Nintendo to make another Chibi Robo game.
Oh yeah, a classic Chibi Robo game, yeah.
What if we had Sonic 99, right? And you play Sonic 1, but instead of sending enemies to other players, you send Sonic Forces to them, and you make them play Sonic Forces as a punishment.
And if you get enough Sonic Forces sent to you in game, Nintendo Sega actually finds out your address and they mail you a real copy of Sonic Forces.
What about Mario Paint 99?
Oh no! So
Is
do you have to
everyone on
paint
the same canvas?
Yeah, do you have to paint a better picture? Is there like an AI that grades you?
Mario Party 999.
Yeah, Mario Party 99 does actually make sense.
No, Mario Party 999. Everyone's in the same car. 99 people.
Ugh.
Oh, no. Who's
This
driving?
displeases me.
Does everybody like get to vote on which direction the car goes in?
No. You just all go round together. You take it in turns to roll the dice. But to make sure it's fair, each round has to take a minimum of 99 turns.
Oh no.
Which is
I don't like it.
And there are no mini games.
No mini games.
I don't like how we got here. We started off really fun, and now we're just in Mario Party limbo.
Yeah, this was good deed land, and now we're in hell.
What if everyone rolled the die at the same time, and there are still no mini games?
And if one person rage quits, the entire game ends.
Oh lordy.
That's better.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I had great fun with that, and I think it's actually, sort of opened my eyes to the possibilities that, have these sort of games could have way beyond the original scope that I had in my mind.
Yeah, and we're not even developers.
Yet. It's a brilliant formula. I feel like Tetris, Mario, and Pac-Man have all proven that you can just take the original games and just enhance them with these extra layers, and I'm excited for the future. It's one of my favorite things to come out of this generation, the 99 series.
Right, well, that's our ideas for some 99 games, kind of just sort of vomited out from various different areas. Do you have any thoughts for a 99 game yourself? Let us know what they are in the comments down below, because this was genuinely good fun, and I think there are a lot more games that could be 99ified than I think many people realize, which is all good fun. But all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you click on that subscribe button 99 times, unless you're already subscribed, in which case click on it 98 times and then just pretend to click it a 99th. And be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tomodachi Life 99.